Number 6, I really, really like, but it is not an easy question. The coordinates of a triangle PQR are P 1, 2, Q 3, 3, and R 2, 4. If triangle PQR is translated 2 units to the right and 1 unit down, and then reflected across the x-axis to obtain triangle XYZ, what are the coordinates of the vertices of triangle XYZ? So in practical terms, they're telling me that we're moving this, and then we're going to flip it. So we are taking a given triangle, and we're moving it to the right, and then we're going to flip it in a mirror image. So the first thing I'm going to do is organize what I'm told. And they tell me that the triangle is made of points P, Q, and R. And they tell me that point P is at 1, 2 on a coordinate graph. Point Q is at 3, 3. And point R is at 2, 4. Now, if I had a piece of graph paper, I would draw this. That would be the easiest for me to visualize. And I may try to find a piece of graph paper and show you what I'm doing. I may try that, but let's go ahead and solve it this way first. So the first thing I need to do is translate those points, and I'll show you what I mean, by 2, -1. Because it says that I need to translate 2 units to the right, so that's +2, and 1 unit down, so that's -1. So I'm going to translate 2, -1. And here's what I come up with. For point P, if I move the 1 2 places to the right, that's going to give me a 3. And if I take this 2 and I subtract 1 from it, that's going to give me a 1. So I'm translating that, and that coordinates to point X in the new triangle. We have X, Y, and Z. So for point Q, we're going to take this 3 and we're going to add 2, so we get a 5. And then we're going to take this 3 and subtract 1, and we get a 2. And then for point Z, I'm going to take this 2 and add 2 to get a 4. And then I will take this 4 and subtract 1 to get a 3. So this is the moved triangle. Translate is a way of saying move it a certain distance over and down. So the new triangle is shown at XYZ. Now, they tell me to reflect that. So do a mirror image, and you have to be careful across which axis. They want it reflected across the x-axis. Okay, so that means that x will not change, but the y values will change. I really think a piece of graph paper would be awesome on this. I think I will try to do this problem again and give you that answer on a graph paper. Okay, so once you flip this across the x-axis, your x point, sorry, that's giant. your x point will become, remember x doesn't change because you're flipping it across x, but your y will become the opposite. So 3, -1. 4-point y, you're going to have no change in x. Y would become the opposite. And then point z, you would have no change in x, and coordinate y would become the opposite. And this is actually the answer we're looking for. Something that says this, and that would be option C, as in Charlie. I'm not going to put graph paper on this video, but I think I will try to show you this on graph paper. If it doesn't work, I just won't put it on there. But let's see what we can do in the next clip using graph paper.